Okay, I'm assuming that we're live. Yeah. So I'm going to send a message over to Jenny and seeing if I could get her to jump on. Jenny. Although hopefully she can understand what I wrote because I'm like, A-E-yo on. I can't see what I'm doing. So this is all good. Well, thank you guys both for doing this and being my true first ones on the StreamYard. Although Tammy, you're a veteran of doing it one time.
My second time, yes. Pure veteran.
That you're a veteran that compared to us. Do you see my stage back there?
I do.
And I don't know if you can see it or not. I'd have to get out of the way, but I actually have a red velvet rope back there as well. It's crazy. Don't. Welcome to my crazy.
I'm not asking.
There's disco lights all around as well. So, okay. So, all right, Jenny's here. So, hi, Jenny. She just messaged in that she's there. So I can't really see who's on. So, anyway, well, I think that I'm going to take one more sip of my Cafe Bustelo. That's some good stuff. No, there is no alcohol in that, everybody. That'll come later tonight. All right, so I wanted to just start out by saying thank you to Jackie Berkson with LRA Home Insurance and Tammy Birchler. I know we've been in person before doing a Facebook Live, and with everything that's going on right now, it's awesome that we have these tools and we're all utilizing these tools more and more. A lot of people are asking me, are you still selling houses? Are you still listing houses? I'm like, yes, I am. There's still action going on. In fact, I had to go today. I had to listen to me. I got to go today to go show a house that I'm going to be putting an offer on and putting it under contract today. So in these times, you always be blessed with what you're able to do and not focus on the negativity. So on that note, real estate is happening, and then it's going to come, we're going to be, things are going to be going crazy in June. I'm hopeful of that. So we need to be prepared. So being prepared means we need to talk about home warranties. We need to talk about home insurance. So without further ado, I want to ask Tammy to introduce who you are, where you work at, what do you do, and tell us something good.
Okay. Thank you so much, Linda, for having me. My name is Tammy Birchler, and I am the local rep here in Central Florida for Home Warranty of America. We are the 13th month home warranty. And what we cover are everything inside the home after you purchase a home. And let's see, I have to tell you something good. I think I'll tell you one thing that's good is the rain today is great. We so needed the rain. I am so tired of looking at my brown grass. So I'm ready for everything to bloom and look green again.
Amen to that, because my allergies were not happy.
Oh, mine too. Mine too.
All right. Well, Jackie, tell us who you are and what do you do?
Thanks, Linda, for having me on. I'm Jackie Berkson with LRA Insurance, and my agency has been in the business since 1987. We're a family company, and we're mid-size. We're not small, we're not large, but our forte is really just shopping your insurance so you can get the best rates with the best A-rated companies in Florida, and it's our pleasure to assist you.
Okay. Well, both these ladies have been very helpful to me throughout my career, and I can't say enough about them. Answering phone calls while I'm out showing houses, or even after closing, they're always ready to jump in. And I'm all about the customer care at Schulte Realty, and me personally, and that's why I really love these two ladies and working with them. So Tammy, some people have a comment. They say, "Oh, home warranties are not any good. You buy it and they never cover anything." I know that's not a true statement. So tell us a little bit about home warranties. What do they cover? What do people need to know about them?
Okay. A home warranty covers everything inside the four walls of the home. What's inside the four walls of the home? Meaning your appliances in your kitchen, your water heater, your air conditioner, your plumbing and electrical inside. Anything inside the home that can have a mechanical failure. And the easiest way to explain that is it's every item in your home has parts that make it run and function. When a certain part in that item fails, it obviously causes that item to stop functioning, stop working properly. That's when the home warranty steps in. We come in and check that item out, see if it needs to be repaired, or if it's unrepairable, we do replace with a home warranty.
And they only have to pay the one fee, whatever it is. I think it depends on what plan they go with. Usually I recommend the diamond plan always. I know it's the highest level, but you get what you pay for, in my opinion.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. We have 3 plans to choose from: gold, platinum, and diamond. And obviously, depending on the homeowner's needs, if it's a newer home, if it's an older home, that kind of determines what plan that they need, and also what's inside that home. Do they have any mismatched systems for an AC or anything like that? Linda, yes, you always do recommend the diamond plan, and that is the most comprehensive because that covers the nuts and bolts of the home inside. There's more coverage always in the top plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my thing is that you don't want to step over a dollar to pick up a dime, and that's holds true with the diamond plan. It's like you hope you never have to use it, but you want to have the assurance there. With the home warranties, I don't know if you've mentioned this, but the pools, you cover the pool and septic.
Yep, we have add-ons, pool, septic, well. You can add on a second refrigerator. You can add on a second freezer if you have one in your garage. The main portion of the home warranty is, if you remember the word peach, it's plumbing, electrical, appliances, cooling, and heat. Those are the 5 essentials of the home. Those are the 5 essentials that a home warranty covers. But again, we cover mechanical failure. Just like when Jackie is going to go and talk to you about what she covers, we don't cover those items that Jackie covers. So we work together, and we're very similar, but we're very opposite as well.
Okay. Brett just asked about trampolines. I think that's going to be a Jackie Berkson question. He's, by the way, he's the owner of Hourglass Brewery. They have very good beers over in Longwood. I think they're still doing, you can go there and get growlers filled up and things like that. So Jackie, tell us a little bit about home insurance. Now, I know whenever I suggest somebody come to you, you guys usually give them anywhere from 3 to 5 different plans to choose from. I want to talk about, when's the right time? Someone's buying a home. When's the right time for them to reach out to you to talk to you?
Thanks, Linda. Really, it's never too soon to shop your homeowner's insurance. I do find that the sooner you start when you're working with an older home, and when I say older, it's literally over 20 years old, to start shopping, because that's where a lot of things start needing replacement or updating, and a lot of these carriers want to know about updates to that home. So if you're looking to purchase a home that's 20 years or older, then you really need to start right away. If it's a newer home, younger than 20 years old, then you can put it off a little bit, because it shouldn't be an issue to insure that home. Maybe wait till after your inspections to start shopping when the home is younger than 20 years old. But if it's over 20, you should shop it right away, because that'll give me an opportunity to also share with you some recommendations on some inspections that you may want to get to help you better, and also to help your realtor negotiate some aspects of that transaction that they will still have a chance to do for you if it's an obstacle for insurance.
Right. And, just on that point, I always say, as soon as we get under contract, give your insurance person a call Jackie, let her know this, and this. And sometimes I actually give you a heads up, like, hey, I saw this and this. Can you talk to these people about it? Right. One of the things you mentioned, 20 years older, homes 20 years or older, is there's a form that they need to fill out that helps you guys shop. And also for us as realtors to determine whether or not, hey, we need to negotiate that out. It's called a 4-point. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. A 4-point inspection is strictly for insurance purposes. The only ones that care about a 4-point are your insurance underwriters. So a 4-point is not required until the house hits 30 years old. Okay. But when the house hits 20, that's when I start asking questions about updates. But for the underwriter itself, for the carrier to select or to choose to insure the home, they're going to want you to have a 4-point inspection once the house hits 30 years old. Now, there's some carriers that will do their own inspections, but I don't recommend that, because frankly, if we know about those issues in advance. Like I mentioned before, Linda, it makes your job a lot easier. You're able to negotiate some improvements on the home while you still are under that time frame that you guys work under. So by us working together soon in the process, me being able to give them some advice, it helps you quite a bit, help them. So the 4-point inspection is basically a boots on the ground for the underwriter to know about what updates have been done to that home. The home, the 4-point actually should be called a 5-point because there's actually 5 aspects of the home that they look at. The first is the air conditioning and heating, plumbing, electrical, the roof. So those are the things. The water heaters also, although it's part of the plumbing, it's something that's really overlooked and it's becoming an issue. We want to know where that water heater is located and how old that water heater is. There's just been too many claims in the last few years where now it's become an issue and these insurance companies want to know this information. So I put out a couple of posts on Facebook. You may have noticed I always try to work with realtors and also inspection companies to give them a heads up because they don't know what the inspection companies or the carriers actually need now. Things can change from one month to another, depending on the rash of claims that may have occurred in the last 6 months. So like I said, they're starting to see a lot of water claims and it's coming from the water heaters. So now they are up in arms about water heaters, their age and their locations. So I always tell the inspectors, please note the age of the water heater and the location. It makes our job easier. And that way we don't have to go back and forth about it. But that's basically an inspection. That's 4-point inspection is submitted in advance to us. When we go to quote, we have a look at it. We look at what's an obstacle and what isn't. Frankly, I am a broker, an insurance broker, so I don't work with any just one carrier or two. We have over 52 A-rated carriers that we work with in Florida. So what we do is we do some desktop underwriting with that 4-point inspection. We have a good long look at it. And we see what options are available because that's what we do. We offer options. Ultimately, it's the client's decision on what they want to do. But we do offer options, whether the carrier will take it as is, whether we'll need to get an exception to give them some time to make improvements after closing. Or if they'll take it with limitations of coverage. All those things we always like to present to the clients so that they know what they're getting into and then they can make a good decision for their family.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for all of that information. One of the things that was you mentioned about the plumbing and where the water heater is. So Tammy, with the home warranty, you guys will cover part of the plumbing and the water heater. Tell me how that ties into home insurance and how do you guys work? Or I know you're separate, but you guys kind of intermingle a little bit.
Again, with us, we cover the mechanical failure. So if a water heater leaks or fails, we would step in to replace it. But let's say a water heater leaks so much that it floods the garage or whatever room that it's in or the closet. We don't cover any of the secondary damage. We don't cover mold. We don't cover mildew or anything like that. That would be where they would go through their homeowner's insurance. And that's why it's so good to be able to have both the home warranty and the insurance, because in times like that, that's when we work together where we cover both claims. So you'd have a claim with your insurance company and you'd have a claim with HWA.
Okay, good. What about you mentioned electrical a little bit ago too. You cover electrical with your diamond plan as well?
Yep. Well, we cover electrical in all 3 of our plans. Electrical is inside the walls of the home, nothing outside of the home, everything inside the 4 walls of the home.
Give me an example of something that would be electrical that would possibly fail in a home that you guys would cover.
Well, a lot of people move into their new home, and as they're moving in, they're getting ready to plug in all like their lamps and their alarm clocks and different things like that, and they won't turn on. So that's an electrical failure. That is when we will come in and look at the electrical. We're not going to change out the electrical panel box.
Not a Federal Pacific?
No, we don't do that, but we will help with the minor electrical repairs inside the home.
Oh, darn. Wish you would take out those Federal Pacific panels. So.
And believe it, I get calls like that probably almost weekly asking that question.
Right. Yeah. And that's something that you're going to buy a home or you're going to sell a home. That's something to look at. A lot of people are like, I just ran into it the other day. Someone said, what's the problem with it? It's been here for 50 years. I'm like, well, you're lucky. Because the Federal Pacifics, Jackie, they're known to fail and cause fires, correct?
Yes, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So again, I have carriers that will insure it. So basically, we just worked closely with the client to know what their intentions are, what their goal is, right? So I've had people call me and say, Jackie, I need this house insured. I'm going to buy it. I don't care what they say. I'm in love with this house. And that's when I offer them options as to whether they want to keep it, if they want some time after closing, because that seller just will not do any improvements on that house because they're getting a great price on it. So that's what we typically do. Now, Linda, if I may, I want to speak a little bit to something that Tammy said about what her service covers. So now, there's an endorsement in our homeowners insurance policies that covers what Tammy seems to be offering. But frankly, I very rarely offer it. I don't think it's a good idea to place claims like that on a homeowner's insurance policy. You may or may not know that in Florida, it's really another world when it comes to insurance, homeowners insurance.
Okay.
You basically are judged very harshly on the claims that you place. So if I had endorsed your policy with it's called mechanical breakdown, it covers a lot of what Tammy is describing. There's a $50 deductible to that endorsement, but that basically is telling that buyer or that homeowner that they can file a claim whenever they want. And that's not something you really want to do when it comes to your homeowner's insurance policy.
Right.
Your homeowner's insurance policy in Florida needs to be seen as a catastrophic policy. Something major has to happen in your home for you to really place a claim. Otherwise, these insurance carriers in Florida will judge you very harshly. Most of them give you up to 2 claims in a 3-year period that isn't weather related, or an act of God is the term that they use commonly in this business. So if you are someone that's going to place a claim, because I had a client I was working with a couple weeks ago, he had 3 claims for theft because he thought that because he had a $500 deductible and somebody stole something out of his phone from his car, and then he lost a ring or something on a cruise, and then another silly thing like that. Silly in terms of the big picture for homeowners insurance, right? Not for them. Obviously, there's a loss. But those are the types of things you do not want to place a claim for. I don't care how low your deductible is. You're going to get judged harshly on that. And when you have more than 2 of those type of claims in a 3-year period in Florida, you're going to get canceled. And guess what? You think, okay, well, I got canceled. I'm just going to go shop another policy. Hold the door. When you go to shop, those claims appear in your insurance score, not credit score, insurance score, which is just as bad as a bad credit score. And you're going to pay the penalties. So it comes around. That's why I think that working with an independent home warranty company, I've heard great things about Tammy's product and her service. And that's a great idea to have. And when someone asks me about that endorsement, or if it covers my refrigerator or my pool pump or my this, I say, look, you don't want to make that part of your homeowner's policy. You want to get an independent home warranty to cover things like that, because you don't want to go calling your insurance carrier for every little thing.
And I know we've had long conversations about this. Just when you go to file a claim, don't call up the insurance company like, hey, I had this something. Hold the phone, call Jackie. So you better call Saul. I always say you better call Jackie.
I love that you say that, but really it's a very real thing. And that's the beauty of working with an insurance broker as opposed to a captive agent. A captive agent or company is like Allstate or State Farm or Liberty Mutual or companies like that are household names, because whenever you call and you even just ask a question, Linda, and you say, hey, something happened over the weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to file a claim yet, but I want to know if I'm covered for that, or what are my deductibles for something like that. And then you decide you don't want to place that claim because you came to your senses and realize it's not worth it. Guess what they have to do? They have to file it in your records that you called about a potential claim like that. And they also not just file it as a call, they file it as a claim that was not paid. So guess what? Remember what I just said about being careful about the claims that you place and being judged harshly? Now that's one claim of the 2 that you're allowed in a 3-year period. So you see how important it is? It all kind of circles back. Working with a broker that knows what they're doing, that is available to answer your questions. You know how I work, Linda. I mean, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is, what holiday's going on, COVID. I mean, you name it. I'm here. I'm available to answer questions. Those questions that you get judged harshly on, I'm here to be the liaison to answer those questions. If I don't have the answers, I will find out as a third party for you so that you're not penalized for wanting information about your policy.
Right. And I thank you for that all the time. So, and hey, Tammy, we're talking about people buying homes a lot, but one of the things that you guys offer over there at Home Warranty of America is a policy for the seller. Tell us a little bit about that. I encourage sellers to go ahead and pick this up. I just helped some people buy a house, and they said they had a home warranty on their home they were selling in Ohio. And she goes, oh, yeah, we used it during the inspection period. I'm like, what? So I'll have to get them on and have them talk about their experience. But tell us, why is it important for a seller to have a home warranty while they have their home on the market or getting ready to sell their home?
Exactly. It's just as important for a seller as is a buyer to have a home warranty. But with a seller obviously is selling that home. They're trying to leave that home to go on, maybe for a new job, maybe for family, for whatever reason. But they're not going to want to put additional money into that home if something breaks. So with a seller's home warranty, it's for up to 6 months while it's listed, and we cover minor repairs and replacements. The policy is only $50, but we do not collect that until closing. And actually, with our listing coverage, you can have a listing coverage on your home. And if the buyer chooses not to continue on with the warranty, we don't charge the $50. So there's a 50-50 chance whether you're going to pay, the seller's going to pay for that warranty or not. So let's say right now you have a listing and they call you, Linda, we just went into the refrigerator, it's broke. Well, don't forget, we put listing coverage on there. We send a vendor out there, $800 fix. We pay for it. We're paying for the parts and the labor. They do pay the vendor fee, but we pay for the parts and the labor.
And that's covering the appliances, the air conditioner, the water heater.
Plumbing, electrical, no pools, no wells, no septics, everything inside the home.
Okay, so it really is a benefit. Now, the other thing too, and I'm going to talk about this with both of you, that if you are currently a homeowner and you have no intentions of selling your home, I encourage you to reach out to Jackie Berkson and get a quote and see what she's available to provide to you. You heard the benefits of working with Jackie, that if you have a question about, should I file this claim or not, you can call her directly. You can get insight on it. So I would, and she also, just so you know, a couple people I know in my neighborhood, some family and friends, they've all saved money by going with Jackie and switching over. And also with the home warranty as well. If you don't plan to sell your home, I know some people are like, oh, it's a waste of money. I'm telling you, I know people that have gotten microwaves fixed. I've seen people get garage doors replaced, air conditioned ducts happen, a new refrigerator. People that got the new refrigerator, that got me to buy one too. I could have killed them because they're like, oh, we got this really great deal. And I go and I buy a refrigerator that doesn't fit, and I have to take out 13 inches of a wall to make it fit. And because I was not returned, I fell in love with the refrigerator. Okay, I have a problem.
One thing to remember, warranty is there to reduce your out-of-pocket expenses. So that is the big key with a home warranty, to lower those out-of-pocket expenses. And I do want to say to Jackie, if I had known about that, I called to ask a question about a water claim in my home, and I was canceled six months later. So I couldn't believe it. I never filed the claim. All I did was call and ask about a potential claim that I had an issue in my home, and it went against me. So that was
and you find the stuff out at the worst times when you don't need that kind of an issue, right?
Exactly.
Because otherwise you don't know it happened. So it's really something that most people don't know. And every time I have to quote something, I always like to offer higher deductibles. I tell them that there's lower available, but I also explain the value of that. You don't need to pay for deductibles that you're never going to use or shouldn't use. And so when someone says, I need flat $500 deductibles, I said, let's have a little chat here. You're going to pay $200 or $300 more a year for a lower deductible, but I'm going to tell you why you should never file that type of claim.
Exactly right.
That's crazy. So, again, I just want to thank the two of you for one being awesome vendor partners with me. And I always recommend to people when I say, hey, do you have an insurance person? Do you have a home warranty? Sometimes they say, yeah, I've got somebody. I say, great, you use whoever you want to use. But let me tell you about Jackie Berkson. Let me tell you about Tammy. And I tell them why I work with you guys. And for the most part, most of them are like, I'm giving Jackie a call. I'm giving Tammy a call. Well, Tammy, I normally call you and get everything set up that way. But, and the one thing, too, is Jackie, that I hear people say, it's like, oh, I'm going to go. They say, yeah, I have an insurance person. They give me a name. And I'm like, that sounds like the carrier. Like they'll say, I don't remember, but yeah, I'm with Allstate. It's like, yeah, you probably want to go talk to Jackie because she'll look at all of them out there and give you an option of other things to go with. So, again, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for being on here and being my guinea pigs to start this off. And one quick thing, Jackie, Brett was asking about trampolines. Do you cover people who have trampolines in their homes?
Like anything else, there's carriers that'll take it. There's carriers that won't. They actually fall in the same place as water slides and a lot of like a diving boards and things like that into the swimming pool. It's really not a matter of if someone's going to get hurt. It's a matter of when they're going to get hurt. So what some carriers will do is that they'll say, we don't even want to know about people like that in this world. And then there's other people will say, yeah, it's fine, but we're not going to offer any liability on that policy.
You'll exclude it for any.
If you get sued, don't come to us.
Don't come knocking on our door.
On your own with this one.
That one is better. You better not call Jackie.
Call me and I'll tell you the truth. But what I'm saying is like,
All right.
Go to those trampoline parks. Get your fix there.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that soon. Everybody's the shelter at home kind of concept. So I just, again, I just want to thank you two ladies so much for everything. I hope you're staying safe. I know Jackie and I had a conversation yesterday. She's staying at her home, and I actually had to go to Home Depot. No, I had to go to Office Depot today. It was the first time I walked into a store in like 4 weeks, and I'm like, oh my God, I had on a face mask, and I'm like, oh. So definitely
the new norm.
What's that?
It's the new norm with the face masks.
It was the weirdest experience, but you know what? I say this all the time. We're all gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it together. And when we're allowed to, ladies, we got to go have a little cocktail together and celebrate and
Amen.
Cheers. And heck, maybe you guys need to come to my house and I'll make you some cocktails. So
disco night at Linda's.
Yeah, there you go. Like tonight, like I said, I might come on at 9:00 and do something. I might make a cocktail, or shoot, I might even make something to eat. I don't know. So, all right, ladies, again, thank you. So, before we go, real quick, Tammy, how do people get a hold of you?
They can call me, text me, or email me, 407-341-8090. Email tbirchler@hwahomewarranty.com. And like Jackie says, I work 7 days a week. I answer the phone. I answer text. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys.
Awesome. And how about you, Jackie? How do they get a hold of you?
you know, the way I like to work is everyone calls me directly. I have a team of 6 ladies that work for me that are absolute professionals,
Yes,
and they're
they are.
always at my call. But I always like to speak with your referrals, your clients, the client
Yes.
directly first. I don't direct anyone to an 800 number or a hotline or anything like that. You know how I work, Linda. It's very personal for me, and I have a responsibility. I want to make sure that you look good too. So the best way to reach me is my direct business cell, and that's 407-921-4382. And there's never a bad time to call. I work with realtors, so I always tell my realtor clients, if you're working, so am I.
Good. And I'm always working. I'm 24/7. You both have experienced that from me. So, and me, Linda Schulte, I'm the broker owner of Schulte Realty. And you can reach me at 407-721-0611. And you know what we always say at Schulte Realty? We cover Florida like the sunshine. Not today, but we cover Florida like the sunshine. All right. So on that note, thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.